You're watching Loudmouths.
Welcome to Loudmouths, the great debate. I'm Chris Williamson, joined by Janae Coakley. And The Last Dance had over 6 million viewers for Michael Jordan's documentary, that is. So that got us thinking, Janae, which New York athlete would have a great story for a Last Dance like Michael Jordan? Who sticks out to you in your mind?
It got me thinking, Chris, because there's so many guys I want to hear a story of. Eli Manning came to my mind first, and I'm like, I would love to see behind the scenes of his life. But then my husband and I started talking, and he's like, Lawrence Taylor. I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to see Lawrence Taylor. Can you imagine in 1993, his last year as the Giants, a film crew following his every move? This guy was legendary. This guy was a killer on the field. And just the stories you hear about him. I mean, he used to fall asleep in team meetings and then get up. He used to not listen to Bill Parcells call the plays like, I'm just going to get the quarterback. That's my job. Bill Parcells would be like, no, this is the play. I'm not listening to the play. Lawrence Taylor was amazing. He's like a Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman all combined in one. Can you imagine this guy?
No, people would be glued to the TV to see that type of entertainment. Now, for me, it's Alex Rodriguez, right? He's one of the most polarizing figures in sports history. He was one of the best player. What was the best player at one point in the MLB before he came over to the Yankees? And don't forget about the tension that he had with the New York fan base, whether he was going to overtake Derek Jeter at shortstop. There just wasn't there was a question whether he was a true New Yorker because they found it sounded like he was a phony. Also, the drug use, right? He admitted to using drugs after he denied it. Then you have the suspension in 2014 where he's out the entire year for the PED use with the biogenesis scandal. And then, oh, by the way, he dated like so many celebrities. I mean, you had Kate Hudson, Cameron Diaz, Madonna. Now you have Jennifer Lopez. And I think for me, it's one of those things where you either hate him or you love him, right? There's no in between. So I think that would be really fascinating to see something on A-Rod, especially because he loves himself, right? So you know people are going to be like, why do you love yourself so much, right? And they're going to be glued to that.
I completely agree with you, and I would definitely watch the A-Rod. As like you said, you got J-Lo they're going to interview. But Lawrence Taylor transcended the game. This is a guy who was so good at what he did. And, you know, he went to North Carolina. So did Michael Jordan. So obviously you got two guys there. You got to do it.
No, it's true. You are very right about that, Janae. But that's all the time we have now for the Loudmouths Great Debate. I'm Chris Williamson. She's Janae Coakley. Keep it locked here on SNY.TV for more.